In this guitar lesson, we're going to work on an old traditional country strumming pattern. And this is a great strumming pattern. It's used all the time in classic country. We're going to practice this strumming pattern with an old song by Tom T. Hall. The song is called The Year Clayton Delaney Died. So first, I'll just break down the strumming pattern for y'all. After that, we'll practice the strumming pattern with a chord progression that we'll borrow from this song. Then I'm also going to show y'all two really nice traditional country guitar riffs in the style of Tom T. Hall. So overall, really great lesson for working on this old traditional country sound on an acoustic guitar. So let's go ahead and get started. We will work on the strumming pattern first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's work on this strumming pattern using a C/G chord. That chord is a C major chord / G bass note. If you're not familiar with that chord, I've talked about it a bunch in other videos, but to play the C/G, just form a regular C major chord. And then from there, to get to the C/G, shift your left ring finger to the 6th string, right there. So ring finger, 6th string, 3rd fret, leaving everything else with the C chord where it was. Then, next put your pinky right where your ring finger was on the 5th string. So pinky, 5th string, 3rd fret. So you have those two bass notes held down with your ring and pinky, and you can play all 6 strings. So learn this chord if you haven't learned it yet. Very important chord for playing old traditional country. The reason is because you can play these alternating bass notes over the C major chord very easily. You know. So let's use this chord to practice this strumming pattern. I'm going to show you right now. We've got the alternating bass notes. So hold down the C/G, and we've got the alternating bass notes between the 5th string and the 6th string. Just back and forth. 5th string, 6th string, 5th string, 6th string. And from there, we're just going to add some strumming in between those bass notes. Pick, down, up, pick, up, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, up, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, up, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, up, down, up. And that's it. That's the strumming pattern we'll use today for everything that we're working on in this lesson. So a couple of quick things about this strumming pattern. You want to make sure you get those strums nice and smooth, nice and soft, you know. And you want the bass line picks to be a little bit louder, you know, a nice heavy-handed down pick. You also might want to emphasize the down strums a little bit more than the up strums. So add a little more volume to those down strums. So that's really all there is to it. You know, nice loud bass line picks, and then make the down strums louder. Pick, down, up, pick, up, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, up, down. So that's the strumming over the C/G chord. We've got two more chords that we're going to look at today, and that's all you need to know. The next chord is the F major chord. And for this F major chord, we're actually going to play an F/C chord. Similar to the chord we just learned, you know, slash chord. This one, we've got an F major chord /C bass note. And it's the same concept. You know, to get to the F/C, just form the F major chord. Then from there, shift your left ring finger down a string. So ring finger's 5th string now. And then pinky goes right where the ring finger was on the 4th string. And you can let those first 5 strings ring out. And the alternating bass line over the F/C will be 4th string, 5th string, and one more chord when you're ready. We got the G major chord. And for today's lesson, we're using this fingering here, the 3-finger G chord, with the middle finger on the 5th string, and then the ring finger on the root note, and then the pinky on the high E string. Letting all 6 strings ring out, and the bass line that we'll be picking over this G chord is 6th string, 4th string, 6th string, 4th string. So that's the strumming pattern that we'll use today over all 3 chords that we will be working with. So now let's work through this chord progression in the style of the year Clayton Delaney died. And this is just the main chord progression from this song. There's only one chord progression in that song, and it repeats over and over again. So if you can get this down, you can pretty much play the entire song. So here is the progression right here. I'm going to count us in 4 counts and play through it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, C, C, F, F, C, C, F, 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 C, C, G, C, C. So one thing you may have noticed there, sometimes when I switch to the C chord, instead of going immediately to the C/G, I'll start out with the C chord, but then when I do the bass note on the 6th string, I'll switch to the C/G and just hold the C/G from there on out, if that makes sense. So for example, on that very first line, we started with the C chord, and then we went to the G, but here we go. When we're switching back to the C chord, I use the standard C chord fingering, but then switch into the C/G once the bass note goes to that 6th string. That's just how I do it. If you want to go immediately to the C/G when you're switching from another chord into the C chord, just go straight to that C/G. That works too. For me, I just find it a little more comfortable to hit that standard fingering first because I'm more comfortable with it and I don't miss it when I'm switching to the C chord. So we'll go over some lyrics here in a little bit, show you how the lyrics will fit over this chord progression. But for now, let's go ahead and learn these really nice traditional country guitar fill riffs in the style of Tom T. Hall.